Good evening! Welcome to Tweed Up, where we take video games, music, movies, and more way too seriously. I'm Neil, this is Zac, and today we are reviewing Taylor Swift's The Tortured Poets Department. And
Woo!
the Anthology as well.
And the Anthology.
So it's 31 Taylor Swift songs.
Are you ready for this?
This is the 11th album by singer-songwriter Taylor Swift, produced by Taylor Swift and Jack Antonoff and Aaron Dessner.
Dessner, woo!
So there's a lot of tracks, so we're not going to cover them track by track.
Maybe not in great detail.
Yeah. But you got to start out with, the first track on the album, Fortnite, which is the lead single.
Yeah, Real Earworm, Post Malone feature. I Love You, It's Ruining My Life. I've been walking around my house saying that, and my wife keeps looking at me like, what? Love it. It's a great song.
Yeah, I feel like Post is a little underused, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's auto-tuned, as he often is.
Get used to this auto-tune, though.
But I feel like it could be, like, any person singing that part.
Very
you know what I
true.
mean? And it's not really a focal point of the song, either.
Yeah.
You know? So
he does have a writing credit, so...
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I like the song. I don't love the song. Especially not as the lead single, personally.
Yeah, and for me, get used to that kind of sentiment. I loved Midnights. Great record.
See, I liked Midnights. My favorite Taylor Swift album...
Evermore.
...is Folklore. I like Evermore a lot as well. 1989, great album as well. But I'm not the biggest Taylor Swift fan in the world, but, I feel like I've listened to enough of her music to... give my opinion. I will say, I probably don't know what most of these songs are really about.
Oh, yeah, we're not Swifties. Which one
an actual Swiftie could tell me, like, what these songs are actually about. Or poser
Swifties.
Yeah.
I only really got into Taylor Swift on Midnights. I mean, she's been around. She's got great songs. I've heard her music, but I'd never bought a record before Midnights. So, confessions. Sorry, Swifties. Number 2, the Tortured Poets Department title track. Jack Antonoff produced. I just used a quote from the song, so I can't really, crap on it very much. I'm in self-sabotage mode. I've seen this episode, but I still love the show. I think that's a great, catchy lyric, which, oh my gosh, Taylor Swift can write a catchy lyric.
There's some other, like the We're Modern Idiots.
Yep.
Cool. There's some good lyrics in this song, and it's more upbeat than a lot of the... It's more upbeat than a lot of the tracks on the album. I think a lot of people have criticized this album for not having enough, like, bangers.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This is sort of banger adjacent, I think.
Right? It is banger adjacent.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun in concert. I will say that I agree with that sentiment. To me,
too.
This record is very much laugh track to Midnight's first 2 pages of Frankenstein. Like, I feel like
the National's first 2.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, referring to different band, but yes.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I feel like, so the National, last year, right, released 2 albums that were basically recorded at the same time. Yep. But they did put a gap in there, you know? There was a gap of like a month, 2 months, something like that. So it gave the material a little room to breathe, and I like both of those albums a lot. And Aaron Dessner from The National is a producer on...
He's awesome.
Mostly on the Anthology.
Yeah, it's almost all Antonoff.
Yeah. I sort of wish that they would have put some time in between.
Me too.
The Tortured Poets Department and the Anthology. Cause
over
2 hours of music. I mean, there's some really good songs on both portions, but I feel like some time in between would have given it an opportunity to breathe.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
2 hours is a little too much, I think.
Yeah. And especially, to Neil's point, not a lot of these songs are bangers. Not a lot of them are super upbeat.
But I mean...
depending on your mood.
I mean, that's...
Have you broken up with someone recently? You will love this record.
But that's the same case with Folklore and Evermore, but there was a gap between those two.
True.
I mean, it gives the songs more of an opportunity.
Did you have to release 31 tracks at the same time?
Yeah.
Like...
I mean...
Cool, I guess, but...
It's an interesting approach, but I would have put a little gap in there,
Cool flex, bro. Number 3, My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys, another Antonoff song.
It's pretty poppy.
Yeah, it's poppy. I like it.
It could be on 1989, I feel like.
Yeah. Track 4, on the other hand, Down Bad.
Not my fave.
Nor mine. An Antonov song. Lots of teenagers going to be listening to it post-breakup, but not for me.
Yeah, I guess I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say...
Going to say it anyway. Do it.
I wrote this down for Tortured Poets Department, and I wrote it down for Down Bad. There's lots of unnecessary F-bombs.
Oh, dude!
You know?
She has fallen in love with the F word, man. Like Taylor.
I know she puts out clean versions of albums, but...
And you're a grown-up and you can do whatever you want, but there are so many unnecessary F-bombs.
I agree. And it makes me feel...
And the chorus, and I'm glad you said that about Tortured Poets Society, that F word is almost jarring in the chorus. It's like, wow, you're such a grown-up.
There's multiple times in this album where a very pretty song is like kind of ruined by that. I feel like.
And
but maybe we're...
every other situation...
We're boomers or whatever, you know? But
I mean, honestly, I'm being a little bit hypocritical because whenever we're not specifically filming YouTube videos, I am cursing like crazy. Like, I use the F-bomb more than most people. Thanks, Mom. But, like, I don't know. Like, they're just not necessary.
I agree, yeah.
Okay.
It's a strange songwriting choice, but anyway.
Back in my day, my Taylor Swift didn't curse.
But I do like track 5, So Long London.
As do I.
The choral intro is beautiful,
and
it really reminds me of some of the portions of I Am Easy to Find, which is an album by The National, a really underrated album by The National.
Yep.
So I like that, and I also like track 6, But Daddy, I Love Him.
That's an Antonov and Dessner song.
Yeah, it's got...
It's pretty country sounding.
It's got a nice mix with the acoustic guitars and keys, and I feel like it's good songwriting.
He was chaos, he was revelry, man. I love that part.
I feel like if this was a Olivia Rodrigo song, like people would be going crazy for it.
Yeah,
you know?
I
But
agree.
like because it's a Taylor Swift song, they're like, oh, this is just her like trying to do the same thing that Olivia Rodrigo would do, but she wouldn't be doing that unless Taylor had already done it first. You know?
People are getting things a little backwards, but yeah. I'm not a big fan of Fresh Out of the Slammer.
I feel like the album kind of gets...
My note for this one is ho hum.
Yeah. The next song that I really like is Guilty as Sin.
You don't want to talk about the song that was commissioned by the Florida Chamber of Commerce.
I do not a
Florida
fan of
with
Florida.
3 exclamation
Are
points.
you a fan
I
of Florida?
can't stand that song. And it's really a waste of Florence Welch.
I know, she's such a good
great.
singer, but like the way they do the chorus, it has no flow. You just have this bong, gong, 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 and it's like, I don't understand the decision making for the production of that song.
Yeah,
it could have possibly been good, and I really like Taylor Swift's voice, and I really like Florence Welch's voice. Yeah. But they're not like...
They don't go great together?
Yeah. Well, it's not... They could go great together. I don't think they go that great together in this song.
Fair.
But I do like Guilty as Sin a lot.
Do you?
I do.
I put yawn for Guilty as Sin and Who's Afraid of Little Old Me.
Really?
Like, literal just yawns. Like, I could crash from But Daddy, I Love Him all the way to LOML.
I like some of the lyrics in Guilty as Sin, like... What if I roll the stone away? They're gonna crucify me anyway.
Yeah.
And like on Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, I leap off the gallows and levitate down your street. I think there's some good songwriting on both of those. I like both of those songs.
She's always had the metaphors, man.
Yeah.
You know?
After that, I feel like I did not really like.
I Can Fix Him. No, really, I can.
No.
Yeah. I do like LOML, Love of My Life.
I feel like that's very much like stuff that was on Folklore.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's a Dessner song.
I didn't love it, but I liked it, you know.
Yeah. I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Yeah. Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. That track is filled with pretty good lyrics, I think.
Yeah. I didn't really care for that one too much either.
Yeah. And then The Alchemy. Taylor's Travis Kelce song, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Dude,
I do like I like honestly, Who Are We to Fight the Alchemy. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm surprised like someone hasn't already written that lyric.
Yeah.
But that's feel like is the only standout. Like,
speaking
part
of lyrics
of the song.
that like haven't been made before, but somebody should have. He jokes that it's heroin, but this time with an E.
Yeah,
like,
that's a sort of clever.
Yeah.
It's a clever piece of writing.
But yeah, man, there's a lyric in there that's there was no chance trying to be the greatest in the league. Where's the trophy? He just comes running over to me. Like,
Well, but that could
Wish
be
you all the
about
best, Trav and
that doesn't.
Tay.
Is that
I don't
officially
call it?
about Travis Kelce?
I mean, I don't know. I hope that 20,000 Swifties jump into our comments and correct me.
I know.
Like, please.
I'm sure. And I didn't like
Yeah,
Clarabelle, not my
yeah.
favorite. I really don't like the. I was kind of into the song a little bit, but I don't like the "You Look Like Taylor Swift."
No,
you know what I mean, like
yeah.
I sort of get what she's going for,
Right,
But
and
I
with the Stevie Nicks in 75,
Yeah, I'm
pre-chorus, it's
not a fan of it.
nor am I. And this is really where I should stop talking about this album because I honestly didn't really bother with Anthology until this morning when Neil reminded me that it existed.
So I actually I feel like more songs on Anthology than I liked on the official album.
Yeah.
And I'm still not sure why it's divided like that. You know, I'm not going to go over every song, but I think the Albatross is a really good song. How Did It End, I think, is really nice. The piano is really nice. There's a lot of good piano.
There is
tracks.
pretty good piano.
So High School, I thought was pretty good.
But not a lot of bangers have piano. Man.
Right. I wrote that So High School sounds like a 90s Lilith Fair band, you know?
Yeah. That is true. I remember a few of these. Once you get into like the 25.
Well, then there's a big gap where I didn't. Too many F words in Thank You, Amy, for sure. I like The Prophecy. I feel like the last 1, 2, 3, 4, like the last 5 or 6 songs are, I feel like, written from a more mature standpoint than a lot of the earlier like breakup songs, you know, and like she's acknowledging that. Like she says stuff like, "And I sound like an infant. I'm so afraid that I sealed my fate" on The Prophecy. And then on Cassandra, I think it has pretty quality writing. So they killed Cassandra first because she feared the worst. And like that song's not a breakup song. You know, I feel there's too much of the breakup song stuff.
There seems like there is.
Yeah. Peter, I feel like, is really good. It's about like a sort of childhood boyfriend who said he would like look her up in the future or whatever and never did, you know. And I think that's one of the few songs that's just Taylor, you know, as far as the writing credit. I kind of like The Bolter a lot. It has a really simple chord progression, but the F words, man.
Yeah.
F words ruin it for me again.
I saw a crazy chart. I'll try to find it and put it up here. The progression of her use of swears. Like, it's skyrocketed now.
Yeah. Track 30, called Robin, is my favorite song on the album.
I'll have to check that one out.
I think her vocals, and I think Taylor Swift's strength as a vocalist is being able to express emotion, you know, through the vocals. And I think that really comes at the very beginning. I don't know. It really got me. It's like...
Dude, she got me on Labyrinth off of Midnight.
Yeah, but Robin is like I think a tribute to kind of youthful ambition and exuberance. And it's kind of also like pointing out that it's silly and stuff, you know, but that silliness has value, you know. She sings like "Way to Go, Tiger." And I love when she sings "Way to Go, Tiger." It sounds great. And then the last track, the manuscript, is really great songwriting. It's really self-aware and kind of makes me wonder why she decided to include a lot of the other tracks on this album. You know what I mean? But overall, I mean, it's not my favorite Taylor Swift project, but it's got a lot of quality songs. I just think it could have been half as many.
Would you rather go to a Taylor Swift concert or a Phoebe Bridgers concert?
Phoebe Bridgers.
So would I.
But I mean, I like a lot of Taylor Swift songs. I just don't.
Everybody likes Taylor Swift songs.
I don't need the big.
Have you seen how much money the Eras tour made? Like, she makes more money than like many nations do.
Yeah, I don't need the production and the outfit changes and everything like that. And like one thing. Would you rather see Taylor Swift at an arena or Phoebe Bridgers in your like, you know, local cool concert hall since like, you know, 2000? Right. I haven't bought a physical copy of this album.
Not that you're going to have the opportunity to see Phoebe Bridgers in a 2000 place. But.
Because I don't like the cover. I don't like any of the imagery is all this like it's like a perfume ad.
Yeah,
you know?
it really does. It looks
her
like
in these like nice satin
Calvin Klein
dresses and stuff.
Or Chanel No. 5.
Yeah. Not a fan of the visuals on this album cycle. But I think there are a lot of good songs, and it's worth combing through to find the songs
there's
that you
definitely
like.
earworms on here, man, and you're gonna find some stuff that you like. It's Taylor Swift. She's great.
Yep.
Like, but not her best. And yeah, I would be more likely to listen to Midnights than this one going forward.
I hear you,
but
man.
Still great recommendation. Fun times listening to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching Tweed Up. Peace out.
Peace.
Captain Depression, we salute you. 'Cause I'm only a private, but you know my heart is in it. Yeah, I swear my heart is in it. I never asked you for anything. It's exactly what I got.